Okie dokie. Oh no, he's back.
I think your husband's back. Maybe he moved his car.
Oh,
Yep,
Lord.
definitely back. Definitely back.
Okay. Do you need the iPad? Do you need your phone? Or are you good?
I'm gonna use my phone, even though I looked at like the quick 4 words that you told me to.
Well, I didn't put much because I didn't know what to put. We'll just wait for people to come on in. Probably my mom. Maybe James.
Maybe my husband.
Maybe Tyler. Maybe Zach. He popped in last time. Let me open it. I'm gonna share it. Hey, welcome. Oh, we do have somebody.
Hey, and it's not any of the 4 people that we listed.
We're happy to have you. How are you doing? How are you? How's life? Let us just share all our stuff. I know we're normally boring in the beginning. We're not looking at the camera. I promise that's not like... We probably should have done this before we put our faces on here.
Well, we were gossiping.
We were talking about live.
Oh.
Oh, good. You got the notification. Some people don't. Some people don't get the notification.
They are a little wonky.
And I feel that life is tiring.
I'm tired today.
All the time. And I have no excuse. I don't have my kids right now, so I think it's just a permanent thing now.
I still think y'all need to go on a date today. Or not today, this week. Or another 2 weeks.
Maybe. I'm kid-free for 2 weeks. And then I have just one kid for almost a month.
Wait, where's the other one? Oh, is
on the trip, yeah.
Oh.
Not quite. That's dramatic. It's not a month, but it's like another 2 weeks. So
he's gonna have fun.
He was excited.
Hi, Howie, baby kitty. Oh, I want to show the kitty to everybody. Jerry will like the kitty.
Yeah, we have a...
Oh, wait, she's sleeping. Never mind.
I thought I heard her get up.
No, I kicked her with my foot. If she wakes up, I'll show you. We have a little kitty.
I'm just sharing everything right now, and then Crystal will get started with her little...
Spiel. I'm trying to figure out...
Yeah, I said... I was being dramatic. It's not that long.
I thought this was a quick trip.
It's not that long. I said that number, but it's not.
Yeah, she is a little bit. I think thought she was going to be all black at first, but she's like really starting to get like all these little different kind of colors. She's really pretty.
Okay, I shared everything. We should be good. Is she a
turtle?
Turtle?
Like a
tortoise. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, she's a calico. Her name's Callie. That's very original, I know. My husband picked it. We spell it Kali. Turtles are the best. Oh, yeah.
Her longtime kitty was one sweetheart.
She is mainly black. She does have some white, and she's starting to get more orange.
Yeah, she has like this little orange patch just growing on her
belly.
side.
Yeah,
so cute. Okay, I deleted the Facebook app, and I don't know how to do anything.
I just shared it to my...
So I guess I have to go to Facebook, the actual website.
I shared it to Discord. I shared it to Facebook. I sent it to all the places that I could possibly send it. So she's more tortoiseshell than calico. So are they almost 20?
Yeah, sweetheart was old.
Oh wow.
She really was a sweetheart.
Aww.
Though.
I'll have to see a picture. I'll have to ask Crystal if she has a picture.
I don't know if I
or
have
you
to
can
my
send
phone.
Crystal a picture.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, she doesn't have as much orange. She's getting more on her belly. She's actually getting more white.
Oh, look, you saved it. You sent it to Facebook, so I can just hit share now.
Yeah. That's true. Her paws are like fully white. They're cute. It looks like she has little mittens on.
She is. She's so sweet.
Okay, but I'm done sharing. We'll get our act together here.
Okay, I think I did it.
I don't think we're ever like ready to go when we say we're ready to go. It's never like a thing.
No, okay, now I gotta go find doc. Man, I really gotta learn how to like work my phone. Okay, docs. Okay. I know like weird, cool tips when it comes to iPhone, but I can't ever put them into action for myself.
I know very minimum.
Like when I found out the little drag and drop function, where you can like hold stuff and then you can go out and drag it into a message and drop it.
I did not know that was a thing.
Oh, you want to? I'll show you.
Obviously, my level is not your level.
So, like, if we did this thing for joy, so, like, if I held this and moved... Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. If I hold it... Dang it, I can't do it now. Hold it and move it, and I can click that, and I could go out, and let's say I wanted to send it to you. I could just drop it, and it makes it into a message.
What? The heck?
And you can do that with anything. So, like, if I wanted to gossip and be like, look what you said, I could just, like, add all the little things that you said, and then I could, like, send it to Tyler, and it just sends all the messages to Tyler.
My God.
Yeah, TikTok taught me that.
Dude, TikTok freaking, I swear.
And it was the most amazing thing I've ever discovered in my life because I use it all the time now. Especially, this is when I use it. When I'm like, oh gosh, give me something to Google.
I did not know this. We're learning stuff here
like,
on the stream.
let's say, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm doing football. If I go to images, and like over here, like if I'm just Google imaging, I can do the same thing. And I can just click all the images I want and then just take them to whatever file I wanted to take them. Oh, it's the easiest thing in the world.
Amazing.
Oh, wait. I needed this because I need to read the beginning of my thing. See? Look. It's ADHD brain today. Oh, look. She sent us a picture. This is sweetheart.
She does kind of look like Callie.
She's so sweet.
She just has more orange. Aww.
She is so sweet.
Such a cute kitty.
Oh, no. There's another picture. He's so pretty.
Oh, she had pretty eyes. Aww.
She was really sweet.
Callie's just a little bit darker.
Yeah, she's more black.
More black, yeah. And she does have a little bit of orange. I was thinking she'd get more.
I feel like she's getting more orange. You know whose cat I'm in love with, though? Stephanie's. Because
she's so pretty.
She's so pretty. And right now, like, if she's laying in the sun, her little red patches look like rose gold. So she looks like lavender and rose gold.
Everybody says that about their cat, but Stella is like a model cat. Like, she could be in commercials and on like movies and stuff. She literally is a beautiful cat.
She is so pretty. Oh my, I love little Lulu.
She's a cutie.
She was super dark as a kitten. And I didn't see her as a kitten. I didn't know Jerry then.
Get more colorful, sweetheart was super dark. Oh, maybe because right now she's like really dark.
I feel like as she gets older, her little light patches are gonna spread out more.
The only thing that's she has like her paws are like all white, so that's like most of her paws.
Cute. She's adorable.
She's sleeping right now, literally by Crystal's feet.
And I'm glad she's not biting them.
Oh,
she was biting my toes a second ago.
She's nice.
I love her.
Alrighty.
Okay. Okay, I just had to make sure I can read everything before I start because the last 4 times that I've done my part of the podcast, I end up butchering it.
Yeah, if you've been listening the past couple weeks, our intros have been interesting. Me and Crystal, because I messed up too.
Maybe we need to move to where, like, the beginning part where we're like...
you write my episode ones, you know?
I was going to say, maybe we need to move to, like, when, like, the part where we're like, hi, welcome back to another episode of Bayou Chronicles, where you're at that part. Maybe we need to, like, pre-record that and have that as something that we just, like, insert so we don't mess that part up. And then we can just mess up the other parts.
Oh, man.
She has business, like, I'm just going to read what Bethany has, because I don't know what this business stuff means.
Points, because I was like, I don't know. I'm writing so much about this moon landing. I'm just going to bullet everything.
Okay, business stuff. I don't know what business stuff means. So I'm going to talk about what I think business stuff means. Business stuff to me means...
Well, that was like a
oh, that's the title?
A heading for...
Okay, so like the other stuff is the...
Yeah, business.
Okay, never mind.
People on YouTube.
Okay.
They're gonna love this.
Okay, so business stuff. If you haven't already, and you haven't shared us already, share us our YouTube, because
share us our YouTube.
Shut up.
Share us our YouTube.
Share our YouTube, because we have like. It took us a while to get to 100, but now that we're at 100, we're just like...
We're at 120 now. We have 120 subs.
And that's been in like 2 weeks.
And our one video that we had that was about the Georgia Guidestones has gone up a lot of views because they just were exploded. Or
Yeah, they were exploded. Basically.
Was a
I know we got an
way.
email. We got an email that said we've got 10,000 views.
Oh yeah, we hit a total of 10,000 views.
I thought that was really cool. But yeah, the Georgia Guidestone thing, once that blew up.
Oh, and I checked Good Pods.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we were like ranked number 72? We're now number 61.
Oh, okay. I'm going.
We're almost in the top 50.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with indie that. True crime podcast. So
but
cool.
Yeah. So if you're not aware, if you don't know already, the Georgia Guidestones that we talked about, if you don't remember, those are the things that we were like, oh, these are really, really cool, and it's like end of the world stuff, and if the world started over, this is what we would do, and we were really excited about it, and Bethany was really excited about it, and then I burst the bubble at the very end.
I didn't know what they were. I thought it was
that they were incredibly racist. Yeah, those things blew up. They don't exist anymore.
Somebody did. They have
I thought it was natural.
I thought they said they had a footage
of
the car driving away.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just saw that like there was some natural an underground explosion or something.
Oh,
and
the
it
last thing, maybe that's just a conspiracy theory.
Dude, I don't know.
But the last thing I saw when I looked it up is they had footage of a car driving away around the same time. But that could just be.
Oh, I don't know. But I mean, if somebody did blow it up, it's not the end of the world.
I thought it was just crazy that we talked about it a couple of months, like 2 months ago, and then this happens. I was like,
I thought it was spontaneous combustion at first too.
Oh, maybe. No, there's footage.
Well, if someone blew it up, it deserved to be blown up, in my opinion.
That's what I said. I made a video on Instagram talking about it, and because people were like, there were some people that are like, oh my god, this is a travesty. How could these be destroyed? Blah, 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 blah. We needed these up. I didn't get to take a picture with it. I was like,
I don't want to take a picture with it.
These really weren't good. Like, they were racist and were heavily into eugenics and, like, one race to rule them all. Like, all Frodo and stuff.
Oh, apparently there's groups trying to rebuild it.
I
don't know.
I don't understand. Just let it be. If it
okay,
blown up,
I was wrong. It wasn't intentional bombing. And then it says misinformation surrounding the incident has been spread online. My personal favorite of this is a headline that said Pfizer CEO vows to rebuild the iconic Georgia Guidestones.
What?
That is fake. That is fake.
Oh
no, it's fake. It's just really funny.
So it was blown up, or was
it? Was. But that headline was fake.
I did see a video. It was like a blue car. Like you see somebody jump in the car real fast, and then it races away.
Okay, this is. I love misinformation. Misinformation is one of my favorite things, just because it's funny. But it says a secondary headline read, for more than 4 decades, the Georgia Guidestones have been an enigma. On Wednesday, Pfizer's CEO Albert Bourla agreed to finance its reconstruction, provided it could be complete by February 23rd, 2023, a mere 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days from the mysterious explosion in Georgia.
666.
Oh, God, that is so funny.
Maybe it's satire.
That was. Okay, that 100% was. That was 100% was.
They can't be serious.
No, they're not.
There's people that will read that article and they'll be like,
they are, and they are talking about it being spread everywhere. And they were like, that totally wasn't a thing. But no, that is really funny, dude. That's funny.
I hope they didn't listen to our video or like watch our YouTube video or like listen
and be
to
like, let's go destroy them.
And they're like, I live here. Let's go destroy it.
Yeah, it says unknown individuals detonated an explosive device around 4 a.m. I mean, I'm not mad.
It's crazy though. You get in a lot of trouble for that if they found them, because it technically is.
I mean, I will say though, I'm not mad.
It wasn't the best. It was just the people that were commenting on posts and they're like, I didn't get to take a picture with it. I was like,
oh my God.
You really want to take a picture with it?
I'm not getting political, but I kind of am just because I found this really funny. We all know, and I'm not going to say that. Okay, so, dang it, I can't say it in like a mean way. Marjorie Taylor Greene said that that the monuments represented a future of population control, which is true. It is true.
It is.
As envisioned by the hard left. That is not true.
What?
Because if you listen to our thing,
it would be more right.
It would be more, not even politically right. It would be more... not even left or right. It would have been politically... nothing. It was literally just...
It was people that were like...
fascist, maybe?
Off the grid, didn't believe in certain parties. So, yeah.
It would be more fascist, if anything.
Yeah. So, to say that...
That's misinformation. Because, as we learned, if you listen to that episode, it was specifically people who were eugenicists.
Because they didn't even like the government.
They didn't like the government at all. They didn't like anything to do with the government.
They wanted to be off-grid, their own people.
And they wanted... what was it? They wanted a particular race of people to be superior.
White people. We can say it. White people. Crystal won't. It was white people.
Won't.
It was white people. They were all white that built
Okay, I honestly didn't research into anything after I saw that it was destroyed because all I said was no matter what happened, it was good. So... I didn't really care outside of that because after I discovered that it was a racist...
It was cracking me out when people were like,
disgusting.
I didn't get to take a picture with
Baby,
it.
I didn't want to.
I wanted to take my kids out there. I was like...
I didn't want to.
What are you
I didn't want
saying?
to. I agree. All of the internet is misinformation these days.
Ma'am, are you saying you're racist? Are you saying you're teaching your children to be racist? Why
do you want to go see a piece of stone that literally...
It's outside of Valdosta. Go to Wild Adventures. Wild Adventures is there. Take your kids there.
Literally the whole thing was just like...
It is.
It was racist. That was racist.
One ring to rule them all.
Well, I feel like everything can be said something was racist today, because, whatever, but, this was one of those few things that was just
it really was. White people were superior, and we needed to weed out the other people. Basically, population control. That was basically what it was.
Eugenics.
Yeah. And
it was eugenics.
How else do we...
I don't know what else to say. It was eugenics.
People be crazy.
It was eugenics.
Really wild. Really crazy.
Anyway, so Georgia Guidestones, that's crazy. Next up on the agenda for me to talk about for 15 minutes is leaving reviews on podcasts. A podcast? On Apple Podcast and Spotify or anywhere else that you listen to us.
I forgot what you said about YouTube earlier that made me laugh. You just said it with the podcast. You've had 2 bangers, back to back.
Bangers. Yes. So go do that, please.
Spotify too.
Spotify.
Good Pods.
Yes.
We have some reviews on Good Pods I didn't know about.
I didn't know. Are they good?
Looked it up, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So go leave a review. If you have to leave a criticism, make it helpful, please. Mm-hmm. Please, for the love of all that is holy on this earth, make it helpful. And if it doesn't seem like it should be a review, at least email it to us so that we can fix it, because any criticisms we got are not helpful, and I don't know what to do.
Oh, there we go, Tyler.
No. Of course.
Never let them.
Next on this agenda is to maybe ask for help choosing next month's Switch. Sorry, I had to read that out loud. Yes, we need help because it is my month, and I sat here and said I had no idea what I was going to do.
We know we're not going to do a folklore.
Yes. I want to do something sciencey because I really like them.
I told her to do science because people, tonight's kind of sciencey. We're talking about the moon landing, and I'm going to talk about NASA a lot.
Oh, God, Tyler's got one for us.
So I told her she should either do something sciencey or something with a cult.
Ooh.
Cult would be cool. We've done a lot of folklores recently. Yeah.
So if you have a suggestion or something you would like to hear about that is either one, sciencey, and by sciencey I mean something that's unexplained with science, or if there's a part of something sciencey that you don't understand the process of,
or a cover up.
Or something sciencey like MK Ultra, or
what about the CERN or whatever?
Oh, sorry. So I had to literally, I don't know if Stephanie's watching this because Stephanie's TVs for some reason hate Twitch. I don't understand it. But I literally, she had to ask me about CERN, and I came home and I told Tyler that I love nothing more than being able to know useless knowledge of being able to just send her a 20-minute voice message all about CERN and what CERN is and what they do and how they operate and why the thing that they did on July 5th was such a cool event and why it was just like such a technologically marvel and breakthrough. And I love that.
So when CERN started up or whatever, Sam and Jesse.
The Hadron Collider is what started up.
Well, yeah.
CERN is the sciencey group.
Yes, the group. Well, when they started it, Sam and Jesse are you.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me and told me a bunch of new Mandela effects that are now happening.
Okay,
after being
so I have seen those, and my only disagreement with the new Mandela effects are almost all of them are ones that I have seen people talk about previous to this. I have not seen a single one that I have not already heard about.
Okay, so 2 of them that they told me I've never heard about before.
Which ones?
And I forgot. Don't
Okay.
ask me now.
One I've been seeing the most is the Chick-fil-A one, and that's really making me
No.
angry because I've seen people
No.
talk about that one for a long time.
No, it was a song,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was a movie. And it was one that we definitely did not talk about when we
I haven't seen
about.
that. But no, I just, for me personally, the CERN conspiracy theory, I don't even like it as a conspiracy theory, in a science perspective makes zero sense. Absolutely zero sense, because what they were doing does not correlate to what could happen. Like this whole universe switch, this whole whatever doesn't make sense for how the science works, because the thing that they were making, the explosion that was happening, happens every day spontaneously in our atmosphere.
Yeah.
We just cannot predict it because it's not
It just feels
something.
very Doctor Strange-ish, but without really being Doctor Strange.
Because like what they were, the reaction
Good
that
baby.
the reaction that they were making, we are just making it in a controlled environment, but because we cannot predict where it's happening. Like it could happen at any point in time anywhere around us, but we cannot predict it happening.
It's black holes now.
No,
it's not.
it's literally just particles colliding.
Well, yeah.
It's just particles colliding, but they organically collide. They could be up in the atmosphere right now colliding, and we would never know it because we cannot predict where they happen. So all they're doing is forcing a whole lot of energy to collide at one time to create that reaction organically to study it, which is incredible that they can do that rather than trying
Basically, that's anything.
Yeah,
now,
but it's because
the
only option is to just basically have giant sensors out into an unknown area at any point in time to try to collect and understand this reaction, whereas that's harder to do because there's no way to guarantee it's going to happen. So we're forcing it to happen, which is just creating the reaction to study. So that's all we're doing. Mm-hmm. And like I saw people talking about like how this search for dark matter, and the one that cracked me up, Stephanie sent me the video and I died laughing. It was somebody talking about how this search for dark matter, because they're doing this collision, that this to search for dark matter, it was going to throw us into a dark universe. And I'm like, but that's not, like, dark matter does not have an evil or good connotation. Like that's not what dark matter is. Dark matter does not like good or bad or evil or pure. It's just matter.
Too many Marvel
it's just
movies.
Matter. And it doesn't make sense. So
they watch too many Marvel movies.
The CERN conspiracy theory is very cool. Like I think it's interesting to like have this conspiracy theory, but the science doesn't check out. And if you're a science person in any way, shape, or form and just think science is cool, you'll most likely think that it's not
Chinese
real.
Government could be interesting to talk about.
Chinese government control.
In general. I mean, they did control what their people couldn't have children-wise, so what else can they control?
They control a lot of things. I mean, they control their social media.
Think about North Korea. Ooh.
You know,
That would be cool to
North
talk about.
Korea supposedly has a huge, not supposedly, they came out and said it. They're having some huge viral outbreak or disease or something, and they haven't released what it is, but apparently, based on the symptoms or something, doctors think that it could be like typhoid fever or something like that.
What?
It's something really bad. I don't know where I read that. So don't take me as 100% on that. I may have 100% dreamed that, but I felt like I read it.
I feel like Chinese government could be interesting to talk about, and so could North Korea, because it just makes me think of The Interview, which I know Crystal hates.
I don't hate that movie. I like that movie.
I feel like we've talked about it before.
I did not hate that movie. I thought it was hilarious because I love both of them.
That movie is hilarious.
Yeah, I watched it like when no one would play it in theaters, so they had to put it on Netflix. I watched it like the day it came out on Netflix.
It was
But no, I really liked it. I would have to do a lot of research to talk about China or North Korea. Like, I'd feel very, like, that would take me a lot of research. A lot. Like, a lot of research. Because I would feel very...
I know my mom does it. She doesn't like Seth Rogen. She's a hater.
I love Seth Rogen.
He is so funny.
He's
She
so
said it's his
funny.
laugh.
I love his laugh.
He sounds-
It is so funny.
Which makes no sense because she likes Shane's laugh, and Shane and all of them sound like Seth Rogen when they're laughing.
Do you follow Seth Rogen on TikTok? I hate celebrities on TikTok. I
follow
hate
him
it.
on Instagram too.
But he's funny on TikTok with all his random marijuana like items that he sells.
He has a collection too.
Yeah.
He collects like vintage.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
other
saying. Like
stuff.
he shows it.
Yeah,
And it's
Abe-
so funny.
Yeah, Abe sounds just like Seth Rogen.
I love it. I love his laugh.
He has a Lay's commercial. Do you like turn the TV off when it comes on? I think he's funny.
I think he's hilarious.
I think Pineapple Express is hilarious.
It's one of the greatest
It's
movies.
One of my
It's one of the greatest movies.
top probably 30 movies.
It is funny. I can watch it all the time. I don't think Tyler's ever seen it. Let me add it to my list. I don't think Tyler's ever seen it.
What?
I have started making a list, and it's called...
He looks like he
Like,
smells dirty. Don't a lot of men?
Almonds smell dirty. So I made a list of things Tyler needs to experience. So I'm going to add that because I don't think he's ever seen it.
I don't know. I've seen some women that probably look like they could probably take a bath, but
Yeah.
no, because Paul Rudd is in the commercial. Oh, I
love Paul Rudd.
That's my man. I love that movie. Zach says that all the time. I love that movie. There's so many lines I can say.
I can take this off. I take this off. Because I started my list when I found out that Tyler had never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Blasphemy.
And
I remember when y'all watched it and they didn't like it. Blasphemy.
Okay, so Tyler and I were watching an episode of Cold Case from like back in the day.
Oh, Tyler said he loves Pineapple Express.
Okay, so I can take it off. I can take it off the list.
Thank goodness. Okay, I will let the Rocky Horror Picture Show slide.
Well,
since
we
you've
were
seen
watching
Pineapple
we were
Express.
watching an episode of Cold Case, and it was centered around Rocky Horror for some weird reason. Like I don't even know what it had to do with it, but they were making references the entire time, and like they had like what are they called when someone like redoes a version of the song or whatever, it played in the background,
A
cover, and they were doing covers of the songs and like all kinds of stuff, and I was like, Tyler, you're not enjoying this episode to the fullest potential because you're not getting the references, and the references were so good.
Yeah.
So like I had to find it, and I made them watch it, and Tyler was just like, it was meh. I didn't tell them it was a musical. I did not tell a single one of them it was a musical.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And as soon as they started out with the singing, they were like, when they were singing like in the cemetery at the beginning, Kansas goes, "Please don't start singing. Please don't start
Did they
singing."
know it was Pennywise?
No.
Y'all didn't put that together?
No.
Y'all didn't put that together?
No.
See,
I had to explain to them who every single actress and actor was in the movie that was
Meatloaf?
famous later. I had to explain it to them all. But
uncultured.
They got it, and Cannon was the funniest. Cannon was like, I can't say all the curse words that he was saying, but he was like complaining about it. And at the end, and I was telling him, I was like, Cannon, I was like, the part of it that's good is like it was either the greatest thing you've ever seen because
Or
like
it's terrible.
I was like, but that's okay. I was like, because I guarantee you have never seen anything else like this movie. And
It
he
was
was like,
just-
no. And I was like, exactly.
You gotta think about the year it came out. It was different. They were dressed different. He was dressed like a woman.
He was in
He was
drag.
in drag. It wasn't really done back then. It was just extravagant. It was over the top. There was a bunch of singing. And then when they started, like, re-showing it, everybody always dresses up for it, especially on the anniversary of it.
And that's what I was telling him. And Cannon finally was like, he's like, I admit I've never seen anything like this before, so it is pretty great. So
I like it. And it's just got a lot of people in it that you don't realize. I can't believe that it's...
But Cannon eventually did say, he's like, I'm going to give it a 5 because it was either the greatest thing I've ever seen or the worst thing I've ever seen.
I feel like that's what...
So I was like, okay, whatever. And then last on the list was nothing else. Never mind. I thought there was something else. Never mind. Apologize. So no one ever told me what I'm talking about on the next Twitch stream, so I will just figure that out myself. Or you can say something.
Start Audacity when you want.
Oh, I forgot about that. Do you want to start it, or do you want to make this just a, like, Twitch-only episode?
We could make it just a Twitch-only.
Okay, Twitch-only episode.
Twitch-only.
Anything else? No, that's it. I think
That's
I got
it.
everything else.
Okay, so from the title, first, we'll ask this because Crystal brought this up. I finally put a little picture.
And our little
Can't
picture spot.
Point to it because I'm not in the right angle.
There?
Okay, there. A little picture. Does anybody know what this picture is from? I'll give you...
Snaps if you get it right.
Yeah, I was just about to say, points to your Hogwarts house or snaps. If anybody knows what this picture is from in the little right hand corner, right bottom corner.
Yeah.
It's are hard, God.
Don't ask Tyler why I do the this way, that way kind of thing in the car. Like if I'm in the car, I'm like, go that way, go this way. And he hates it.
Anyways, obviously from the title and us talking about everything, the guy that farts in the space alien kills them. The guy that farts.
That's not it.
What? I'm gonna give you like half of a snap. Like
I'm gonna give you 1 point to your Hogwarts
I'm
house.
gonna give you -3.
That is also not Spaceballs.
What?
That's
Mom!
not Spaceballs.
I'm disappointed in my mother. She's gonna be
This
upset.
is one of the greatest movies. I would watch this movie all the
It
time
has
on
a
VHS.
sex icon man. I think he has won. Was it sexiest man in the
I think he's one sexiest
world?
man in
A couple of
I
times.
guess, yeah.
It's like an iconic movie series. Like I don't even want to get if I say anything.
If you
it's
say
gonna
anything
give
else,
away.
you're gonna give it away.
I was about to say a major line, and it was gonna give it away instantly. So I'm not going to. We found it because we thought it was hilarious. It is small. It is small, but I mean I couldn't make it any bigger. So
Sorry.
you guys want me to like momentarily make it bigger for you guys, and then I can shrink it back down here.
Ooh, big old picture. It's not Star
It's
Wars.
not Mother, when are there astronauts? When? I'm so disappointed.
Okay, that should be big enough so everyone should know.
Yes, here we go. We'll leave it up for a second. I'll give everybody a little moment to look at it. It's a pretty iconic scene. I'm actually going to talk about it later.
It was a great movie.
Oh my God, James. Exactly.
That is 100% it.
Exactly.
You got it right.
Yes, James Bond.
Yes,
This
James Bond is correct.
Bond. Diamonds Are Forever. I believe that's this movie. I don't remember which one it is. Maybe the fourth one.
I don't remember either. I just remember the movies. I don't know what order they are in.
But yes, this is one of the iconic scenes that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Sorry the picture's small. Maybe I'll adjust things around. I finally got my act together and put a little picture in the little bottom square that I made on Canva.
I don't know what number it is.
We're going to talk about the famous date of July 20th.
It is 4. No.
Is it number 4?
It's number 4. I think. Hold on. It's just...
I knew it wasn't 7 because that's like the iconic one or whatever where it's like... Once I saw the suit, the suit, I was going to be like, Bond, James Bond. But that would give the...
Bond, James
So I couldn't do that. But we're gonna talk about.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were way off.
Oh, poo.
It was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's number 7.
It what?
Yeah, it's number 7.
Oh, it is.
1971.
There's a bunch of them.
Live and let die.
Yeah. Okay. I don't care.
I judge
what
people
they say
based.
about Sean Connery. Sean Connery is a good-looking man.
Look, I judge people.
Even when he started getting older, that was a good-looking man.
But no, I was gonna say I judge people based off their favorite James Bond movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
But
and if you say that it is what's his face, any of the ones I can't even think of his name.
The newer ones.
What's his name?
He's British.
Daniel Craig. If your favorite James Bond movie has Daniel Craig in it, absolutely not. We're not friends. But anyway.
Anyways, July 20th, 1969. Giggity. I had to say it again. We said it.
Oh my gosh, the N64 game. I love that one. It's Goldfinger. I used to be the worst. If that was an online game nowadays, y'all would hate me because I would camp, literally just find a place and then just literally just pick people off, especially during capture the flag. You ain't getting my flag.
I was surprised. I thought James was gonna guess it because I know he likes James Bond.
I love James Bond. I love James Bond.
But anyways, we'll carry on. I'll give you like.
You only know 2 James Bond. Roger Moore and Sean Connery.
Sean Connery's number 1. I'm sorry.
Sean Connery's really good.
I'm sorry. To me, he's number 1 James Bond. That's a sexy man.
He is, but
he's just with that little slick. He kind of looks like Zach a little bit, maybe that's why.
I don't know. Pierce Brosnan was my first one, and
he's
so. And then like I don't know, it's just Pierce Brosnan, and then you get him in Mamma Mia, and then it's just like you get to play him in like the 2.
My mom knows that's one of my favorite movies. I love Mamma Mia.
You know the scene of Mamma Mia where I can't think of her name. Who plays the mom? Anyway, you know where she like rips his shirt off in the water, and like she rips his shirt off for everybody like when they're singing. I can't remember what song they're singing, but do you remember that?
Is her name Julia something?
No. Oh god, no, I can't think.
What is her name? The rest are stand-ins, yeah. What is her name? She's got the pretty blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
What's her name? Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Okay, so the scene where Meryl Streep like rips his shirt off while they're dancing in the water, that was not in the script. She just did that because she's like the world needs to see. She's like the world needs to see him. And I was just like, thank you.
I love that movie.
I do too. That needs to go on the list of things Tyler needs to experience.
Mamma Mia. Tyler's never seen Mamma Mia.
No, he's never seen anything. I'm telling you. There's so much
Mamma Mia.
iconic culture that Tyler is missing.
Mamma Mia is like a thing that I used to watch when Zach was working 48s because he hates musicals. So like it would be.
Has he seen it?
Yeah, he's watched it. I've forced him to watch The Notebook. The Notebook's also one of my favorite ones. I almost wanted to name Alex Noah. Very close. But I don't really like the name Noah. Made me think of Noah's Ark, and I didn't know if I vibed with that.
I don't vibe with that at all.
Even though I named Alexander, which is also a name in the Bible, and I have a Joseph, so I still went with it. And my name is obviously.
Well, technically,
Pierce Brosnan will always be Remington still.
Yeah, that's true.
He is good looking. But Sean Connery, that's Silver Fox. People who haven't seen classic Adam Sandler aren't human. Who hasn't seen Adam's? That's right! This monster right here sent me a TikTok. I'm sorry people watch this on YouTube and we're still not to the moon landing. She sent me a TikTok and it was like, white people know every Adam Sandler movie.
Or no, white people can name 5 Adam Sandler movies.
Off the top of their head. And she was like, I only know 2 and that's really thinking about it. And I was like, we might have to part ways. Because...
so I really thought about it, and I can't name them, but there's like the one, is it Little Nicky or something like that, where he's there's that.
Popeye's Fried Chicken.
And then then there's the Spanglish movie.
That's a good one. Not a lot of people know about that one. That was actually
and I like
a serious one.
There's a movie that y'all made me watch about the baseball thing. Hedge, Grudge, what did we watch when we were in Florida? What was it called?
The basketball?
Yeah, the basketball.
Hustle. She said baseball. Basketball. She doesn't even know sports.
Sorry. Basketball.
She's very challenged.
Hustle.
I think I've seen literally every single
50 First Dates.
That's my favorite.
Is that him in it?
That's my number one.
There's like a golf one too, isn't there? I've never seen it.
A goth one.
A golf.
Oh. Happy Gilmore?
I've never seen it.
Never seen Happy Gilmore?
I don't know what Waterboy is.
Waterboy is top tier.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen it.
She showed me her boobies and I like them too.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
I say my mama said all the time because of Waterboy.
Never seen it. I can't think of anything else that he's been in. Oh wait, no. What's the one where he what's the one where he had the remote control and he slowed the girl's boobs down? I like that movie.
That one was actually kind of sad a little bit, but it was funny.
I never seen Billy Madison.
No, you're
wrong. So look,
wrong.
I named a few. I just haven't seen a lot of them.
No, you're wrong, Colonel Sanders. I could go all day. I could say Adam Sandler quotes and lines all day. I'm so disappointed.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna,
it just was never my humor. When like we would watch him, it just wasn't my humor.
I'm gonna strap her into a chair and force her to watch more because what? But she also doesn't like The Office, and I love The Office.
I didn't say I don't like The Office. It's just The Office is good. The British version of Office is better than the U.S. version. That is just me because I like that humor better. However, Parks and Rec will always and forever be more superior than The Office.
I do like Parks and Rec. Wedding Singer. Okay. Wedding Singer comes. Wedding Singer is probably one, and then 50 First Date, and then Grandma's Boy. How have you not seen Grandma's Boy?
I don't think I've seen that.
You would love that. Grandma's Boy is hilarious. It's me and Shane's top one. I can turn the volume off on Grandma's Boy and recite it.
Oh, God.
It's good. Look it up.
I'm trying to think about, like... No, I don't...
Yes, force her, Tyler. Can I help? You don't know more than me. More than me, James. What?
I don't know.
What? When I turn 30, if y'all don't throw me an Adam Sandler themed birthday party, I'm leaving.
Well, I'll have to dress up as a different character.
Yes. Somebody better be.
I'm trying to figure out what my humor is. Like I can sum up my humor in a
100%. James is Happy Gilmore. Oh yeah, Ron Swanson. Yeah, when he's in Home Depot or whatever. That's what he's talking about. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it, and I'll let everyone know what my humor is because, I do like funny stuff.
Chuck and Larry is funny. That's another one.
Did they start off in jail, or are they in jail at one point?
No, they're firefighters.
Okay, then I haven't seen it.
And they get married. So
is there a movie where he meets somebody in jail, or they go to jail, or something like that? I don't know. I'm spitballing here. I don't know.
I'm so ashamed.
I don't know. Look, I'm sorry. I don't like white men humor. I'm sorry. I just never have.
Well,
it's
Adam
white
Sandler
men humor.
Is different.
It is white men humor. It is white men humor.
Different.
It's white people humor.
Adam Sandler is my comfort person.
It's white people humor.
If I'm severely feeling sad and depressed, I put on Adam Sandler movie. If I'm not watching Harry Potter, I'm watching an Adam Sandler movie.
I'm sorry.
And he is Jewish, yes. He's heavily Jewish.
It's white people humor.
He makes a lot of Jewish reference. There's 8 Crazy Nights. It's literally a Jewish movie, Christmas movie, kind of.
Again, white people humor.
Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, and Wedding Singer. I love Wedding Singer when he sings to Julia on the plane. It freaking gets me in the feels. Anyways,
I'm gonna think about it while we talk.
Anyways, we're gonna get back to it. But 51st Date's definitely a good one. I love it. The moon landing. We're finally getting here. We're finally here. I don't know how long we've been here. An hour? Something.
48 minutes.
Something. Okay. July 20th, 1969. Giggity. Had to do it again. Twofer. Giggity. Happy little accident. We are here discussing it 53 years later, almost to exact date, because today is the 17th. So the 20th is when it happened. That was not planned. I promise you. I would like to say, oh, we planned.
We didn't. We're not that
our
cool.
Episodes.
We're not that cool.
Around the anniversaries. I just happened to be doing the research, and I was like, oh, Happy Madison is his film production.
I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Yeah, she's probably liked some Happy Madison production.
Probably. I don't know what they
That's
produced.
white people humor.
I'll go look. Okay, this is what it is. I didn't like comedies.
Okay.
Growing up, I did not watch comedies for the most part. I watched a few that like friends would want to watch, but comedies were not my jam. I was the kid who watched The Sound of Music and The Phantom of the Opera on repeat.
I mean, Zach's kind of like that. He only likes action. Like, he likes action war movies or, like, drug cartels. He's not... He'll watch it if I want to watch it.
I watched musicals, dramas, the occasional funny movie, but it was more like someone dragged me along, and a whole lot of sci-fi. I did not watch comedy,
I want to laugh, but I laugh at anything. I'm a child. Anything inappropriate, I'm going to laugh at.
This is going to sound bad. I was going to say I hate laughing. That's not true.
Oh my God.
But that's not true. So much humor is dumb humor, and I hate dumb humor. I hate laughs. Ask Tyler. I hate laughing, and I don't think people falling is funny. I don't think dumb, like, no thought process jokes are funny. Like, that stuff doesn't intellectually humor me. I like smart jokes. I like references that people aren't going to get that I find incredibly funny because they're just funny. Because they're intellectually funny. I hate dumb humor is what it is.
You could say but, and I'm probably going to laugh.
Yeah, that doesn't do it for me. She's laughing. That doesn't do it for me.
I say giggity. Like, my level of humor is low.
Yeah.
The bar is on the ground. Okay?
I always wished I thought stuff like that was funny, but, like, if you ask Stephanie, she's the same way. You would say but, and she thinks it's funny, and I'm just like, why is that funny?
I was the person in high school in science class or like anatomy, and they said breast or boobie. I was dying in the back. Okay?
Oh no, that doesn't do it for me.
She said boobie.
See, I'm the same person in the same class screaming, "Can you shut up? We're trying to learn." This is very interesting.
She said penis.
And I'm like, why is that bad? I will say penis 15 times just to like make you laugh because it's a scientific term. Yeah, so.
Anyways, she's Zach basically because he's the same. Yeah. He does not like to play Cards Against Humanity because if you put boob or anything about genitals, I'm going to vote for it because I think it's hilarious. And he's going to sit there and think about his cards and make it logical and then gets mad. And I'm like, it says penis, go with it.
It doesn't make sense.
It can be
like, why would you vote for penis when it doesn't make sense?
It's funny.
But why is it funny?
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, okay? And I'm going to laugh as much as I can laugh. Because it's hard out here for a pimp, so. I don't know. Anyways, moon landing. Oh my God. We're going to get here eventually. I don't remember where I was, so give me a second. It was July 20th, 1969. I've said this like 5 times. Giggity. Anyways, I'm just going to give a little summary because I feel like we all knew about the moon landing. We had to.
I hope you do.
We learned about it in school.
I hope so.
We've heard about it. We've seen it in movies. It's in James Bond. It's in, they talk about Interstellar, which is one of my favorite movies. I really
That was one movie. that we discovered that no one else in the house had seen except for me. And I was shocked. I was.
What's wrong with you?
I was shocked.
How have you not seen Interstellar? It has, Matthew McConaughey, another good man to look at. Very good looking man. It's very scientific. They got it very accurate. They actually mention in Interstellar that the moon landing was used as propaganda.
Oh, it 100% was. That's not
the Soviet Union.
That's not even remotely part of the conspiracy theory.
And you know how they like are cutting on funding and stuff because they have like no crops or anything, and like they take the moon landing out of the textbook. I think that's the part where he's having the interview. Interstellar's so good. It's so good. I forget what it's on right now.
It isn't streaming nowhere, I don't think.
Really? I think we bought it.
I don't know.
Because me and Zach really liked it.
I was saying that it is my favorite soundtrack, though. I don't care what anybody says. The Star Wars soundtrack has nothing on the Interstellar soundtrack.
Interstellar. If you like space or science or stuff, or you're into like space and like
it's so relaxing.
Other things like me and Crystal are, Interstellar is a really good movie. we rented it and we liked it so much that we bought it.
I've seen it in theaters like 4 times.
Says a lot because we don't buy movies unless we really like it.
I haven't bought a movie in like the last 10 years. Hey, we got a follower.
Ooh, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you for listening to us ramble and you deciding to follow us based on rambling.
3,000. That's an interesting name. Welcome in. Hope you liked your little spooky ghost. But anyways, we're just gonna go through, and because we've all done this little thing, we're full disclaimer though. I'm not discrediting anyone. I'm not out here saying that I'm one of those people that is sitting in my basement with tinfoil. You know those people. Which totally...
the moon landing didn't happen,
totally
man.
Fine. I'm not saying I'm neither here nor there. I'm just reading things that I found. A lot of this came from Reddit. Go on Reddit if you have like 6 hours. Because you're going to click on one. And then you're going to go to the comments. And then you're going to go to the next thing. And then you're going to click on that person's profile because they probably posted about stuff. And then they have groups. Groups are wild on Reddit. Okay? They're not like Twitter. Twitter's...
Look, I will say, though, if you've been on Reddit for a while, you know how great it is. And you know that it's very heavily moderated now. And it's kind of lost its... shiny appeal.
I'm new to Reddit. I got on Reddit because of Crystal.
It used to be Wild West. Okay, so you know what 4chan is, right?
No.
No. 4chan is where... I feel bad if I say this, but I also don't. 4chan is where all the incels live.
Oh, God.
It's where a lot of, like, these conspiracies start. It's a lot of people showing like really disgusting memes, very racist, very hatred. It's a bad space. A lot of funny stuff happens and comes from it, but it's very much like incel central. That's kind of how Reddit started. Like back in the day, there was a subreddit where you could literally watch people die.
I can't.
I can't. Like
I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I just don't like to see stuff like that.
Ooh, I want to see that. What's the name of that, James?
The people whose lives were ruined due to Reddit detectives. Oh, I didn't know.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
I want to see that. But there was one that
post it in the Discord because I'm sure all the weirdos in the Discord want to see it too.
And tag me in it because I will get lost in the Discord if I don't see it. But I want to see it. But there used to be one where people would just like take like random pictures of fat people that they saw and then like give them like talk about how much they hated fat people and how fat people were disgusting. There were pro Anna Reddits where people would just give anorexia tips to each other. And like literally people would post pictures and talk and say like, look, you're really fat, you need to do this and that, and it was disgusting stuff on Reddit. And then like now it's like heavily moderated, and you could argue it's to the point where it's not fun anymore because it's like you can't bully people, which you shouldn't bully anyone.
Really sad.
But like I don't know, you still get to see people push things up their urethra, but
God. See, Zach and James did that to me, and they made me look up the Pain Olympics.
Now, they do still have I don't remember what it's called, but I am on it.
The other one, the Sandbox, or the oh my God, I don't know. They traumatized me in high school.
Yeah, I mean, I've done all that. Like, that was my thing. I have
seen a man put his testicles on a 2x4 and nail his balls to the board. I'm not that. That's not my vibe.
It literally took TikTok for me to discover that I was not the only teenager or young preteen in the dawn of the internet. So probably teenager that like knew where to look up a beheading and like you could watch it.
I wasn't allowed on the internet.
So I had free, unrestricted access to the internet, and it's kind of like.
But also, I don't think if, like, my mom let me be on the internet, I would be searching that stuff.
Oh, I totally was. Reddit is 100%. It is because I am on the medical gore.
Ooh, what's up, Jesse?
The medical gore. That's what it's called. Reddit is. Oh my god, it's my favorite.
Jesse, remind me what the Mandela effect was about the CERN or the CERN people that you told me that you and Sam looked up because I was trying to tell Crystal. You know how my old lady brain is. I couldn't remember. But now that you're here in the chat, Jesse.
You can drop it. Do you remember, does anyone else remember Happy Tree Friends on YouTube, like back in the day? Do you remember that? Did you ever watch that? It was like these little tree animals and they would like violently get murdered.
No.
Oh my god.
So, I was not this person. I was an old lady when I was young. My mom called me an 80-year-old in like a teenager's body.
Dude, okay, so I really did at like 12, 13 years old have full unrestricted internet access. I probably, if I had children, Rotten.com was so good. Oh, I would probably give my child unrestricted internet access with like like I would make them watch like really disgusting videos and tell them all the stories about people that like got abducted and like don't do this, but like make good choices, but like find the creepy stuff because it I don't know. It gives you sparkle.
I didn't know a lot of this stuff until I started dating Zach, and then I started hanging out with James, and then they would be watching stuff, and then I'd be like, "What are you guys watching?" And then I'd be like, "I think I'm gonna go home."
No, we used to me, Jerry. I don't know if you're still on here, but me and your husband, my uncle, we used to watch that stuff all the time. We used to like show each other stuff. I am 100% again, James, same, desensitized to these things.
He's seen a lot in the military too, so
I've never seen it firsthand, so I would imagine you are much more desensitized than I am. But like, I feel bad. I 100% feel bad because like me and Kansas both will say like we'll tell each other when bad stuff happens and we'll find out about it, and I'll be like, oh, that sucks, and then I'll be like, and then I have to be like, wait. That's a really horrible mindset to have.
I'm too much of a baby. Like, my mind is a good cartoon, I guess. Like, I don't want to watch all that stuff.
I still remember, what was I telling Kansas? I think I was telling Kansas and Cannon both that when we were still in the war in Iraq or whatever, when they first, like, released that video of beheading. Like, they didn't show it on TV. Like, they stopped it before it did. I immediately looked it up at, like, 15 and found the video and watched the whole thing. And I don't know. I think this is what it was. People were saying, I could never watch it. It was the worst thing I've ever watched. It was so disturbing, blah, 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 blah. And then I watched it, and, like, I just had already looked up every disgusting picture of bodies ripped apart online because you would see it, and then I'd be like, oh my god, that really sucked, and I would cry, and then I'd be like, next.
I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna cry.
I mean, it's a problem. It really is a problem. I've talked about this in therapy, so y'all should know that. My poor therapist was like, that was a thing. She was like, that's a thing, and I was like, yeah, I watched it all the time, and she's like, I feel like we should unpack this a little bit more.
I was like a sophomore in high school, closer to junior year, before I was like on the internet, and that was just a Facebook, and that was mainly to talk to Zach.
Oh no.
And my friends from school. I never had a MySpace. I wasn't allowed to do any of that.
My MySpace, I miss it so much. You could see little emo Crystal.
I was just reading probably. Or drawing. I was very big into drawing. I was very much a cartoonist back then.
Okay, I'm going to stop distracting you and so you can go and talk.
Which I did find some of mine. I got to show you. I found some of my old cartoons that I draw. I drew, what was that cartoon? Where it was, Graham Adventures of Bill and Mandy.
I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a kid.
Okay, I did watch that. I did watch a lot of spooky stuff. So I didn't watch.
My mom wouldn't let me watch it.
I didn't watch gory stuff.
I know MySpace is still there, but this is what sucks about MySpace. I tried to log in and it would only let me access like 5 of my photos, and I want all of them, but yes. Okay, in 1969, giggity.
Sorry, I'm not reading that. Actually, I do have to read that again. Okay, so on July 20th, 1969, giggity, American astronauts. Sorry, I'm going to speed through this because we've been talking about, maybe we should just do an episode on movies or something, because we've talked about a lot of movies and stuff tonight. But Neil Armstrong, not to get confused with Lance Armstrong, the bicyclist that lost one singular testicle. Because you'd be surprised. A lot of people on the internet, when I was researching this, kept confusing the two.
Lance Armstrong and...
Yeah. Anyways, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first two people to ever land on the surface of the moon. He's the GOAT. He got in trouble, though, for steroids. So is he really the GOAT? And then he got testicular cancer.
It feels like karma.
And wasn't allowed to race for a little bit because I'm assuming it was uncomfortable.
It feels like karma to me. But
So,
anyway. Continue.
I don't know.
Continue.
I'm not big into cyclists, but he's your role model.
He's not his role model. He's trolling you. He's trolling you.
Would you like one ball?
He almost did have one. He had
God!
He had to have surgery on his balls when he was a kid.
Oh, your wife is out. You. Oh my God! I'm sorry, Tyler. I'm sorry. But Neil Armstrong actually passed away in 2012.
I love
that
you.
family.
I
Okay,
love you, Tyler.
So Buzz Aldrin has some controversy because he's punched people out before that have tried to ask him about his adventure on the moon.
Yeah, and he also won't deny or say if he actually got on the moon.
Yeah. No. Wait, what are we saying? What for? 2000? What? Yeah. Neil Armstrong died in 2012.
This says 20,212.
Did I say that? I don't know.
I haven't
reading the same sentences over and over
I
again.
haven't been to that year,
distracted.
Jesse. I haven't been to that year. Are you a future traveler?
Was this a Doctor Who episode?
No. Okay, continue. I'm ready. I'm gonna stop interrupting.
Neil playing Apex. Sorry. Okay, 2012. Yes, he did. Unless my research is wrong. Everything I saw, it said he died in 2012. Buzz is still alive. Buzz Aldrin is still alive. Neil Armstrong died.
He's just old.
Yes, he's very old. He still does interviews today. He does ride that fame wave.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah, I mean, I ride that, whatever.
I mean,
ride the pony.
If I was on the moon, everyone would know about it all the time.
Okay.
I would walk into a room and be like, "Hi, I'm Buzz Aldrin. I walked on the moon."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I 100% would. Like, please, one-up me on that. You could not.
Yeah.
Neil is not still alive, Tyler.
Do not make me go to Google. I swear.
Neil Armstrong is dead.
I remember when he died.
I do too.
Because Buzz Aldrin did a bunch of... I'm going to Google right now. I just want to clarify.
I would be loud. I would not be quiet.
August 25th, 2012, in Cincinnati, Ohio, Neil Armstrong passed away. Thank you. Carry on. All right, back to the Google Doc.
Will that not be, he said, will that be cash or credit? I've been to the moon.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what I would do.
I have a Square app. I can do it right here from my phone. That would be extra. If you just carried a little thing around and just put it on your phone and you're like, interviews, swipe here. There's a $2 fee.
You can tap right here and I'll talk to you about being on the moon.
Anyways, technically Neil was the first one that stepped foot on the moon, and he uttered those famous words that has been overly used in every movie, TV show.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Yes.
So stupid.
There you go.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that though? Did you look this up? Did someone write this for him, or did he just spontaneously say that?
He said it, but he probably prepared. You know how, like, if I get out there, why not? It's like,
you gotta say something.
You just won the Super Bowl. What are you gonna do?
Go to Disney World.
Yeah. You know, so you probably, sorry if that was loud. I got way too into that. But, you know, you're in the moment. He's probably like, oh, it took 4 days to get there.
Which is insanity to me.
He's probably like, I'm going to be the first one out there. I need to have something catchy. Give me something. Give me something to say.
They just sat in their little spaceship for 4 days peeing on themselves.
Oh. I don't like to think about that.
I do. I think it's
because we've had episodes where we talked about astronauts. And that one crazy lady we talked about that drove from Texas to Florida, and she wore an astronaut diaper and just peed and pooped on herself. I will take bathroom breaks, okay? We will stop at rest stops so I can go potty. But anyways, moving on. With this episode's all... Yeah, everything I found about Neil, he was pretty nice, but Buzz is...
I like Buzz.
Buzz is a
His name's
little
Buzz.
Eccentric, and he's been known to punch a few people.
I like
when
Buzz.
they ask him questions.
I like
and
Buzz.
stuff, but he gives me Zach vibes. I don't know why.
I feel like Neil could have done more. Could have done more.
He just gave like the greatest line ever, but
he could have done more.
Step it up.
Look, I'm sorry. You cannot. I know they were both married, but you cannot tell me that they didn't get their fair share of punani when they got home by saying both of them. It doesn't matter if Neil was quiet. You know that was a pickup line. I went to the moon.
Let me whisper in your ear. I went to the moon last night. I've been there. I've seen
the moon.
And they just, panties dropped.
100%. 100%. 100%. You cannot tell me.
I'm really sorry if you came and you're like, this is about to be the most scientific
thing
I've ever seen in my life.
Not.
And we talked about Adam Sandler and people being beheaded and panties dropping. But it's a variety.
It's a variety show. Tyler, don't judge me.
She said it. She started it. I said we're going to Disney World, and she was like, the punani. Think about it. Vast as far as you can see. Wetness. An ocean.
Oh, God, I'm dead.
They really are Woody and Buzz.
They are. They are. It's cute.
Anyways, moving on. As far as you could see. Anyways, John F. Kennedy.
Oh, now we're talking about JFK. Jeez.
He was president around this. Pushed for the space program to reach the moon before the 70s started. He wanted us to be the first, okay? Because of the Soviet Union and...
Because America's the greatest country in the world.
Okay. We've been known to rush stuff, okay? To be the first. Right? We know this. We've talked about this in
just not anymore.
Episode. It's kind of... We're probably like... I don't know. Somewhere. Probably not top 5 anymore. But we're in there.
I think we're like actually number 11, but that's just...
Something like that. But we wanted,
cool.
we wanted to beat the Soviet Union, and we wanted to beat China.
We wanted to beat Russia.
Why can you not handle us? We're such a good time. No. We are such a good... How? Who would not want to hang out with us?
Okay, Tyler, we get it.
For the motherland, well, the Cold War is mentioned, but that's later. Not this time period.
It's the start of it.
Well, yeah. But not right now when I'm talking about it. I'm like talking about...
We're talking about JFK.
I'm talking about like 1961 right now. This is before. I'm like prefacing it, you know, a little... I'm giving you a little stuff before leading up on a pen. Yes.
But it makes sense. Because think about it. Your pencil breaks.
True.
You have lead that can get into things and destroy things. And you also have to shave down a pencil, which the pencil shavings are wood, which could also be combustible. I don't know. Not my business. But we also gave Sally Ride 1,000 freaking tampons for 2 days. So, you know, there's no telling. It's all stupid.
Okay, I saw that interview. And people... They're asking female astronauts today about that, and they're like, does NASA know more about the female body? And they're like, no.
No.
They still don't.
It's men.
Okay, so no, Jesse, I don't talk about in this episode, but that's actually, yes, that is another thing.
Look, the JFK picture in Doctor Who is one of my favorite episodes of all time. I'm sorry.
I'm so glad Crystal got me to watch Doctor Who. Because I actually really love Doctor Who now, and it's really good. But Moisturize Me will still be
Look, the funniest thing is that Stephanie's favorite too, when she started watching it for me, she got to the Moisturize Me part, and now she says it all the time. It's amazing. I love Cassandra.
That is true. They believe lead was the cause of some lead poisoning, and it was in the paint. It was in anything. JFK, okay.
Look, you could tell me that JFK was a serial killer at night, and I would probably believe it because I don't.
I want to do. I'm about to talk about it.
Okay, talk about it. Go. Talk about it.
But like I said, they wanted to be the Soviet Union
I want to
and
be
China.
the very best.
That no one
There you
ever
go.
was. Anyways, Pokemon. Yeah, come on.
Did y'all
And
see
you don't want to be around us, Tyler?
Did I show you the house that had a room that was Pokemon themed?
No, I didn't know there was.
Yeah, there was one of the houses
I
Pokemon
do really
themed.
like the bowling alley one, and I wish we had a
Dude, it would be literally $1,000 a person.
It has a space room.
It would be $1,000 a person for
It
5
has
nights.
A space room. Anyways, we all know President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. So this was 2 years after he said. So in 1961, closer to 1962, he was like, we have this new space program, because if you guys don't know, NASA wasn't founded until 1958. So it wasn't even around that long. It was only around 11 years before they went to the moon.
The big question is, why did we decide that we needed to look out in space?
Question.
That is the question.
That is a good
That's
question.
the question.
But in 1961, closer to 1962, John F. Kennedy was seeing that the Soviet Union, they had already done a bunch of stuff. They had already, what was it called? It's losing my mind. It wasn't Sputnik. Was it Sputnik? No.
It's a satellite.
No. They did something. Soviet Union did something, and they were like, wow, space exploration is going to be so soon. And then JFK was like, hold up a minute. I'm president right now. You need to get some stuff together, and America needs to have that. We need to have that glory. So they're like, okay, we need to have something put together. So, and I would like to do an episode on him, because I 100% believe with my whole heart that he had Marilyn Monroe murdered. But I was ready for day. I could talk about JFK for a lot.
I think the government killed Marilyn Monroe because of her relationship with JFK.
She was gonna tell secrets. He was part of the Irish mob.
I don't think he killed her. I think the government had her killed.
I think people that were connected to JFK and the government knew that she was a threat.
100%.
And had her killed.
She was a threat.
And I could talk about JFK a lot. He is, yeah. I mean, JFK did do stuff. He did do stuff. Like, stuff was happening. He did do some things. But he was also ladies' man. Happy birthday, Mr. President was very scandalous.
I mean,
we love a good petty moment.
We love it.
Like,
you know me.
I slept with your husband, and I'm going to sing to him on national television and pop up out of a little cake. And that screams, I'm a woman.
I mean, it's
she was
Marilyn Monroe.
I do agree. I think she was in love with Bobby, but oh yeah, the mob did it. I do, but I think she had some info that she was gonna leak out, and the mafia was like, that can't come out. She's messed with too many political people, because she wasn't just sleeping with the Kennedys. She had a few other people in her pocket.
Man, what I would do if I looked like Marilyn Monroe, when I tell you, I would.
Miss Norma Jean Baker.
It's like. This is, oh God,
Yeah.
I'm gonna detract from this right now, but and I don't know if anybody else is gonna get this reference, and I'm not gonna talk about it. And Bethany, if you want me to, I can. But if I looked like Marilyn Monroe, I would be the person who knew about Mitch McConnell's ladybugs. And if someone out there gets that, and I think it was Mitch McConnell, I'm 99% sure it was Mitch McConnell who has the ladybugs.
I'm not responsible for anything that comes out of this woman's mouth.
I wouldn't.
I mean,
yeah. So anyway, continue.
Marilyn Monroe had it going on, okay, and she knew she had it going on. She was dating a mobster. Yeah, it's a whole lot. I could totally do an episode. If that's a thing that y'all want to see, if y'all want a Marilyn JFK mob.
I mean, I do. I want you to talk about it because it seems like it's an interest of yours.
I could totes, because Marilyn Monroe was an interesting woman. She was interesting. She had some connections, and she knew she had connections. But anyway, she was powerful. It's dangerous to be a powerful woman. And then people kill you.
I would be murdered.
Yes, I was about to say that. Powerful women get murdered.
I would be murdered. I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
But before the moon landing in 1969, they originally tried to send another crew in 1967. I don't know if a lot of people know this. a fire actually broke out. They were doing a test launch. You know how they do like a lot of different test launch, and the launch pad actually caught on fire, and they weren't able to get them out, and all 3 astronauts inside died. They actually burned to death. It's really sad.
That's just horrible.
And they were supposed to be the 3 originally going up, and
not anymore.
It was very sad, and they waited 2 years, and I can imagine being Buzz and Neil, and they had a third person.
Can you imagine how petrified you would be to be the next one?
We're about to burn.
Like, I'd be telling my friends and family goodbye. Expecting to never see them again.
I mean, it took 4 days.
And then you land on the moon.
You don't know if you'll be able
and then you
to
have to, like, take back off.
And then 4 days to get back to Earth.
That is terrifying. But I would totally do it.
So, I don't even like flying here on Earth. So
oh my gosh, my dream is to live to a time and place where it is affordable. Space travel is affordable, and to travel to space. Like, I don't want to do.
He goes all the time.
I don't know. No, that's not space.
He goes to the outer atmosphere.
That's not space. I can go to the outer atmosphere with enough money.
They were talking about that on Reddit.
I want to go to space. Like, I want to be like. Even the space station is enough for me. I would love to go to the space station.
I love looking at all the satellites that we have. I love space. It intrigues me. I very much am into aliens. Everybody knows that. I really like space. But I love the ground so much. Mm-hmm. I love the ground so freaking much. The ground is beautiful because the air is scary.
I would love nothing. I would love nothing more to go to outer space and just sit there and stare at the Earth.
This is me on every plane ride that I'm on. I'm like, get me on the ground.
I could not imagine how beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Absolutely, just
I'm sure
awe-inspiring
and you can
it
send me
is.
Pictures back to the ground for me to see.
I would cry. I cried when the James Webb telescope pictures came out.
Are pretty cool.
You can ask Tyler. I was visibly sobbing, like tears, snotty nose, everything. And
it was stuff that we have had pictures before, but it wasn't as clear. Now we know things, and there's things that we still have to discover.
I love space.
George. That's what we call the dude from Alien vs. Predator. We named the alien, or the predator. His name is George. Anyways, because that was like our movie for a while when I was a kid. Predator and Alien vs. Predator specifically, that movie was awesome. We loved it.
I haven't seen those since I was a kid.
They're so good. Okay, so let's get to some of the conspiracies finally. An hour and a half later. I'm so sorry, this was really long. The very first being the flag. Okay.
This is my favorite one because I debunk it for people all the
time. What happens when you're up in space?
Nothing.
No, there's no gravity, no nothing. People are suspicious because the flag is like gloriously waving in the wind. It looks like it's straight out, it's hung up. It really does look like it's like this is. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop.
Yes, I can, Tyler.
Oh my god. I would like some as well. Okay. Anyways, for the perfect photo op, okay? Because it does look, it's perfect. It's like stuck up and anything. Because in one of the pictures, Buzz is actually the one that places the flag in the ground, and then he salutes the flag. The whole shebang. And the flag looks as if it's waving. It really does. Well, NASA specialists, before they left, they planned this for a long time. Placed several metal rods, one in the top, one in the middle, and then one kind of slightly down the bottom. So that's how it's like that.
Because it's almost like they realized before they got there that unless they did that, the flag wouldn't do anything.
It would be like just slack,
Yeah.
Because there's nothing out there.
I have a question, and maybe you can answer for me because I honestly don't know this answer. Can you use a high-powered telescope that we have today and see the flag still on the moon?
I've not heard about the flag, but we left reflectors up there. We left like mirrors and stuff, and supposedly that you can see light reflect off of the mirrors.
Okay.
I've never done it myself, obviously, because I'm not a billionaire scientist that has all this
Yeah, me
equipment.
either.
But apparently they can do that.
I can't lie though. I would probably.
And if you're a Big Bang enthusiast like me, I love the Big Bang, the TV show.
I like both.
Not the actual Big Bang. I mean, both, I guess, but Big Bang
It's
the
bleached
show.
by the sun. Is that true? Or are you just saying that as a joking way? I'm like, am I really asking? I'm serious. Because it would make sense for it to be bleached by the sun that many years. Like, it would be faded because it's closer to the sun. So it would make sense that, like, a flag that's, like, 50 years old.
53, yeah.
Like, if you had a flag on the ground, it would probably be bleached.
Or something could have hit it. Who knows if an asteroid had, like...
I don't know. Interesting. Interesting.
I don't know. I'm just... Yeah. Anyways, if you watch The Big Bang, they actually mention this when they talk about the mirrors and it reflecting off, and it can the light can bounce off several different...
Unless it's another Amanda.
It could be. But they mention it. It's mentioned several times, the moon and stuff in Big Bang, if you've ever watched it. Really good show.
I love the Big Bang
I
Theory.
own the disc set of Big Bang. That's how much I heckin' love it. It's a really good show. It's funny. It's my humor.
See, okay, that's my kind of humor because it's smart humor. A lot of the jokes they make are like smart jokes.
Some of them are stupid, though.
Well, yeah, but most of them are like you have to. I don't mean this. I don't mean this in a bad
I just like
way,
any type of humor.
But like you have to be smart to get them. Like they're sciencey jokes. Like unless you understand the science behind what they're joking about, it's not funny.
Yeah, unless you're Penny.
Well, yeah.
You'd get that if you'd watch the show. Because Penny's not that smart. But anyways, I like Penny. On to the next one, because that one was easily debunked. That's kind of like a...
That's kind of common knowledge, though.
How much money did they spend on this? They wanted some good pictures taken of it. So, of course, they would plan for the flag and everything. Because we are America. We have to have something. This is one of the largest well-known conspiracy, but famous filmmaker Stanley Kubrick... I can never pronounce his name, but Stanley Kubrick led the production of the faked moon landing. There's tons of people out there. He's a famous filmmaker. He's a famous director. They believe that somewhere in a Hollywood studio, Stanley Kubrick was there directing it, and he filmed the moon landing. I do like British humor. British humor.
It's very dry. Like, has anybody... I'm sure a lot of people have it. Y'all have seen IT?
No.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's literally people working in IT, and it's two guys in the basement, and they get a new coworker, and it's this woman who doesn't realize where she's going to be working, and like their whole thing is like when they answer the phone, they're like, IT, did you turn it off and turn it back on? Like, it is hilarious. It is so funny. You just got to watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's hilarious.
No, nobody believes him. This isn't him saying that he did it. This is people thinking that he did it. He never claimed this. He very much said no. But he's famous for directing 2001 A Space Odyssey. I hope everybody's seen this movie. It's pretty...
I've never finished it, I'll be honest.
I had to watch it, and I took a film class. I loved my film class. We watched many.
Everyone has to be honest. It's hard to get past the 45 minutes of a nature documentary at the beginning of it.
Okay, yeah, I can agree. But I had to watch it, but it was kind of cool.
I mean, it's a good movie.
For the year it was
yes.
made, it was very cool, the stuff that they did, because this was 1968 when it came out. But I had to watch it. I had to watch Citizen Kane. I had to watch a ton of movies that people nowadays probably will not put on the TV, and I had to watch it and make a book report about it. But I loved this class. But this was in 1968 when that movie came out, so 1 year before the moon landing. And the film was so realistic for space, just the way that it was portrayed, that people were convinced that Kubrick had filmed the moon landing somewhere in Hollywood. I guess that's a compliment to how good his movie was, that people were like, obviously he filmed this because it looks similar. There's no way we actually went to the moon. That possibly could not have happened. But Kubrick just did his research. He planned for this movie for several years. He worked with specific artists to help draw stuff. He had the help of aerospace engineers from NASA and from other aeronautical programs to come in, because obviously he wasn't going to make a movie about space and not know anything about space.
To me, it's the same as saying, like, Interstellar is incredibly accurate because they had the help of all these people to try to make it as accurate as possible. To me, it's the exact same thing.
Matthew McConaughey actually had to go to astronaut training.
So, like, are we gonna say that
it's a good movie,
that what he did was real, or the fact that we had other space missions and we're in the space station now, like all of that's fake, none of it's real? I don't know. That's just my thing.
There's just people out there because the shadows of Buzz and Neil in their pictures.
Are you thinking about Woody Allen? Is that who you're thinking about, the director?
Sharon Tate's hubby was Sharon Tate.
I think you're talking about Woody Allen.
2001 scared me.
Because Woody Allen was the creep because he married his stepdaughter.
Oh, ew, that's weird.
Also, did you see that Elon Musk's dad had another baby with his stepdaughter that he's raised since he was 3 years old?
No.
Yeah. Kansas told me, and apparently they've been married for like several years.
It came out that he had a love child with his executive or whatever.
Yeah. You know, it's his dad married Elon's stepsister.
What is with
because
people?
he apparently is like one of his wives, and he'd raised her since she was 3, and then when she was an adult, they got married and they just had their second child together, and I think that's gross. It's
Anyways, people were the pictures that they have, the pictures and videos that conveniently NASA, me and Crystal were talking about this before we started, they lost the footage and the photos and the tapes for like almost 10 years. And
that's weird, though.
That is weird. That's one thing that I'm like, how do you just lose this historical moment in our history? For like 6 or 7 years they lost it and then magically found it.
I want to know more about that.
It was copies, not the originals. I would really have to dig because I could not find much.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know more about that.
Roman Polanski is
yeah, he was a little creep
I've heard
too.
Stuff about him. But the shadows is what got people. Okay, they said it was too perfect. They said that how bright the sun is, it would be like almost blinding. You know how like we're here and you look up at the sun and you look up for a few seconds, it like really hurts your eyes. My
question is because I've never really dug into moon conspiracies because I am a firm believer that we landed on the moon. Hard stop. That's just accepted theory for me. Who says the shadows would be too bright? It would be really hard for shadows in it. Is this like scientists saying this, or is this people?
This is not crazy people. This is scientists.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Is this
there is scientists, and I forgot his name. There's actually one scientist that found a black hole that NASA didn't know about, and I dug deep into him, and I'm sorry that I forgot his name, but he also studies light and reflections and how stuff bounces off, and he says the sun is pretty bright, or should be, while on the moon.
Okay.
So he does say that is a little weird in that we very well could have, but he says those photos could have been altered.
Could they not have been on, like, I hate using this term, but like the dark side of the moon? Like on the opposite side, so as much sun was not getting to it.
This scientist was just like, we very well could have gone to the moon, but he's like, I don't think they took any pictures while they were up there. He's like, I think those were faked.
Which, I mean,
he says it would be way too bright.
Which I mean, I could understand us actually going to the moon.
I've always believed that theory.
But question, they live streamed it live streamed it because people watched it in their homes. Like, that was the thing. Like, you watch somebody on the moon in their home, which I am not discrediting, like, at all, because we've had super advanced technology for a long time that they don't release to general masses for a long time. Like, that's, like, I think the common consensus right now is that technology that governments and private corporations, more often now than governments, have right now will not be mass produced for like 10 to 15 years.
When they got back and then find copies.
I don't know.
There are some loopholes. Yeah, supposedly while they were on the moon, they heard music and they heard talking. And supposedly there's like, they cut out footage where Neil says, "We're here," and they know we're here.
I don't know.
There's stuff cut out.
I mean, I
It's,
think,
you know,
but I'm also a believer in aliens.
yeah.
I hard fact.
Okay, so when I
believe
was
in
on,
aliens.
when I was on Reddit, there were some people that believed that we did go, but they lost the footage because we found something that the government didn't want us to know about.
Could be.
Also, no theory. But there were several scientists on Reddit, and they had YouTube videos.
I mean, I also think I don't have any evidence to back this up, but I have always thought that the only reason we went to space and the only reason we had this race to the moon is because it was a race to see which country could weaponize space and weaponize the moon.
That was 100%, and we still haven't. We haven't been back to the moon since 1970.
I mean, we're not allowed. I think I've talked about it on a Twitch stream before. We're not allowed to weaponize space.
We've made treaties
yes.
with Russia and China.
And, like, it's part of the United Nations. You're not allowed to weaponize space. And
if we go, we have to let all the other countries know about it beforehand. But, I mean, there was, like, one scientist, he said that, he was like, it's just, like, it would be very hard to take a picture. Because, you know, if you have, like, your flash on too much and the picture, like, it's distorted, he said that's basically what pictures would look like on the moon. It's so bright. The light bounces off of the moon, and it would bounce back into our eyes. And, like, how you have a magnifying glass and you do it and, like, stuff starts burning. He said that's basically kind of the same. It would just, like, be too intense. So he said that probably could account for them losing it and then happy copy. Because he's going to go to the moon and then believe you went to the moon unless you have video.
Overexposed photos. If you had overexposed photos,
you're crazy. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you went."
But I mean, I feel like if you would have shown overexposed photos, people would be more apt to believe it.
But
I don't know.
I don't know. That's just
I've never. Okay, I'm gonna be
stuff
honest. I haven't looked at photos taken in a really long time, so I'm about to Google actual moon photos because I have not seen them.
But like the little picture we have of James Bond, you guys got points.
That's hilarious.
For some of us, the Mars attack. Oh my god, yak yak yak, or whatever that is. That movie with aliens.
I love that movie.
Yak, 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 yak. I love that. It's hilarious. But it also didn't help that with the 1971 movie James Bond Diamonds Are Forever, you see James Bond run through a fake moon landing set hidden inside a Las Vegas casino. It was like a budding joke. Were they just like poking the bear, you know, being funny, or was Hollywood letting us know like a little tidbit of a secret? Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't alive in 1971. I can't tell you. But it's kind of funny. James Bond is very, like, sophisticated. And here he is running through the moon landing set. So it was funny. I had to include it. I've tried to mention as much stuff that has mentioned the moon landing, whether they believe it or not. Because it is talked about a lot in TV and movies. And just, like, songs. I don't know. We have, you know, the Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon. Maybe they took the pics and put it in Area 51. Around the same time.
Mm-hmm. There's no telling.
The 60s, the 50s, the 60s, same time period, so who knows? I don't know. Maybe we got up there and there was a whole civilization. I don't think so, but I mean, we don't know. One of the people that knows died, so I don't know. Okay, so a little fun fact.
Sorry, I'm looking at pictures.
I have to throw a little fun fact. I feel like that's my new thing when I do an episode. The moon landing hoax is most popular amongst people aged 21 to 34 years old. The percentage being 21%. So 21% of people from the ages of 21 to 34 believe the moon landing was fake.
But I mean, I feel like that honestly is probably because a majority of that age group.
We have social media.
Social media, but we also are from a time where we legitimately did not see it on TV. Our grandparents saw it on TV.
The government told you that's what happened.
But if you watched it and you watched it in front of you, you didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's like if
that's somebody's story.
Yeah. That's like if we said like how there's all these stories about JFK not being alive or not being dead. We did not see him.
But they saw that man's head.
But they saw it in front of them. So
Miss
they're
Nancy held it together as they drove.
So like they saw it, but
or Jackie. Her name's
Jackie,
yeah.
So we saw that secondhand. We hear about it secondhand or thirdhand. So
I wasn't surprised by that percentage at all, or or the age bracket.
No, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Because younger generations, especially like the 20 to like 22.
Look how bad it was. So that's a split screen between Nixon and what was being displayed to them. That is horrible quality.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
But to me so that to me that makes me feel more like, okay, yeah, that's real, because I'm like, in 2022, if we were on the moon, we would probably be seeing this in 1080p.
Oh yeah.
That to me feels like, yeah, that's about accurate.
So the flat earthers are weird. I will never be a flat earther. We don't talk about those people. Those people don't make sense to me. I will mention the Challenger, and 9/11 was very traumatizing, and I feel like it's still very traumatizing today for people.
That was the most traumatizing thing I've ever seen on TV.
I think that's the most traumatizing thing we've experienced. Like,
100%.
Our generation, and we were little.
Come here,
so baby. I don't know.
Oh, look what I got.
But only 13% of people 55 years old believe the moon landing was fake. I'm surprised that that's even a 13% that older people, 55 and older, believe it's fake. Because, like, baby boomers and stuff.
Well, I guess they watched it as little kids or something.
Well, yeah.
So.
But, like, I just had to throw that little fact in there. But the next one is... Bill Kaysing is probably the number one person that backs the moon landing being faked. And I'm pretty positive he's the one that started it. Okay? So, he wrote several books about it. One literally being titled, We Never Went to the Moon.
Okay.
He released it in 1976.
Very original title.
We never went to the moon.
We never went to the moon.
Man's put it out there.
He is like, this
title.
We're not even gonna make it.
And he actually worked for Rocketdyne's. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. In the mid-50s, after getting out of the Navy. He was in the Navy for a good bit. He was the head technical writer from 1956 to 1963. So, Rocketdyne's was a company that made a lot of stuff for NASA.
Okay.
Just a little... Maybe... I don't know.
Yeah.
But he worked for the company that made the stuff for NASA. So, maybe he couldn't get close to NASA. I don't know. But he worked close with NASA. He wrote things for projects NASA was working on using Rocketdyne's products. NASA wasn't a thing, like I said, until 1958. So when you think about it, it only took them 11 years to establish everything.
I mean,
that's
with enough money, it doesn't seem impossible.
I mean, when you think about it, planes hadn't been around that long before that. Mm-hmm. And then we had rockets and all this other stuff. So it's really wild and it's amazing. When you think about it, 11 years is not that long at all.
I mean, I feel like we were literally throwing money at this. Think about it.
4% of the government's budget went to NASA.
Yeah, we were literally just throwing money at it.
4%. 4% of our entire government's money was budgeted just for NASA.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. 4% doesn't sound like a lot.
That's billions.
But when you're thinking billions, 4% of billions, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. They had plenty to go around. The whole pen thing. That was a lot. A lot of other stuff. We sent monkeys, dogs.
I want to see how much truly that pen cost.
But I don't know. I just know when I looked it up, it said 4% of the what is it called? The national budget or spending, but I don't know. 4% anyways goes to NASA. But they sent several missions up. Remember the 3 astronauts that died in the launch pad, the fire? That was really sad. Then in 1969, we walk on the moon. That's a lot. But until Kaysing's death in 2005, he claimed NASA had fooled billions of people into believing we landed in the moon. So until his deathbed in 2005, this man died saying NASA didn't do it. That's dedication if whether you believe it or you don't, the man was dedicated. But he had some pretty heavy claims. He strongly believed NASA was ran by people that had no idea what they were doing. The poor quality control was enough for him to know how could they have possibly put something together in just 11 years. He just kept saying that. There's no way they did this in 11 years. In his books and stuff, in his interviews, he was like, they couldn't even put stuff together. They didn't even do proper tests. He was like, the 3 astronauts died in 1967. He was like, there's no way they did this. They didn't even have the right amount of... There was a lot of claims that there's no way. Supposedly there was 18,000 pounds or whatever of fuel that it took for them to get there and back. But there's scientists today that say they would have needed 36 to 50,000 tons of fuel to make that trip. So, I don't know.
I mean, somebody could have got something wrong. There's always the chance that someone's wrong.
There's so much. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist.
Okay, I want to debunk something because we were unknowingly spreading false information really quick.
Okay, about what?
The pen story.
Oh, well, that was y'all. I just know
I'm
there
sorry.
was something.
I thought the pen story was true.
I thought, and there's something we sent up and tested.
The pen was kind of true because there was controversy in 1965 for Project Gemini.
Yes, that's what
when NASA ordered 34 pencils costing $128 per pencil.
Oh my god.
Okay? That was true. They did not send wooden pencils, because they were a fire hazard.
Okay, I can see that.
Russia never used pencils, so the whole story about the whole little thing that's like, they spent $165 million developing a pen. Russia just used a pencil, and then it's like, ... your taxes are due in April. Okay, so it's that kind of thing. So apparently this pen was used by both Russian and American astronauts, and it was a pen that was designed by Paul C. Fisher, and it's called the Fisher Space Pen, and he spent $1 million, and I'm pretty sure I read on here somewhere, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he spent $1 million of his own money and 10 years developing a pressurized ink cartridge that allows pens to function in zero gravity and extreme conditions. It can write from -30 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. He patented the pen in 1966, and then NASA started using it in 1967. And then
Is that a real thing, Jesse, or...
Okay, he's talking about this TV show Stargate. Project Stargate, yeah.
What do you watch?
Yeah, Project Stargate.
I've never watched that.
You should watch Stargate. And you need to watch Stargate Atlantis. You can
I never got into Star Trek. Maybe I should give it another try. I don't know.
Star Trek, I'd highly recommend starting with Star Trek.
My father-in-law is a huge Trekkie. He loves Star Trek.
It's an actual thing, Jesse? If I don't know this?
Is it?
I'll look it up.
I thought you meant the TV show. I know Stargate's a TV show.
Star Trek Enterprise is where I highly recommend watching Star Trek because it's not the newest one. It's not like Star Trek Discovery, but it's kind of new, so it doesn't feel like you're
Is that the Beam
really
Me
old.
Up, Scotty?
No.
That's not William Shatner?
That is where it's from, but that's like the oldest Star Trek.
That's the only thing I know.
I'm going to look this up, Jesse, because Stargate is my favorite.
You guys are giving us ideas on... Ooh, that could be a future episode. That could be your Twitch stream. Ooh.
Project Stargate.
Ooh. She does like those shows. Where are we at? Anyways. Oh, we talked about the Challenger. My mom brought that up. The Challenger cover-up, remember? NASA killed all the astronauts aboard the Challenger. I'm just going to say that. We talked about it in the Twitch stream we did. They knew one of the parts was not working. They knew the weather was not right. They had failed tests prior. She's given up on me and gone back to Crystal.
Nope, she's going to the room. I think I know about this, Jesse. I'm reading the wiki page, and it sounds familiar, but I'm listening.
But the Challenger happened because they didn't want to cancel it because it would look bad. We already planned it. We already had a ton of media.
Yes, I know exactly what this is.
Was it
I just didn't know this is what it was called. It basically was all about trying to do, like, you know, those people who were like, yes, I'm seeing that we're in a helicopter and I can see the city and I'm like drawing it and it looks like they're in a tunnel underneath water and water's flowing. Like, you know, those people that like they're like they like see other places that they're not in. That's basically what they were trying to tap into.
Oh, that would be interesting to talk about.
I remember this now.
Ooh.
I don't know why I know this or where I watched it, but yes, thank you for bringing this back to my attention.
Anyways, there's a lot of people on Reddit that compared the Challenger to the moon landing. If they were willing to cover up, you really have to go back and watch our YouTube video that we did about the Challenger. If they're willing to cover up all that, and they killed everybody on the Challenger basically because they just set them up, who's to say they didn't do this with the moon landing? Or they went up and then doctored these photos and they're like, we're just going to go with it. I can see that one. Because that's always been my thought. Have we gone to the moon? More than likely. Like, why wouldn't we have? But it's a little weird.
It's weird that we haven't been back since.
Not since 1972.
It's weird that we haven't been back since.
How come we could do that in the 60s and the 70s, but we can't do that today in 2022? That is weird.
My only thing is that
but also
people would throw a hissy fit if we spent billions of dollars going to the moon today.
Well, I was going to say NASA's funding has significantly been cut.
If I'm not mistaken, NASA is no longer considered a government entity.
It's not. It's its own, what do you call it, privatized?
Yeah. Space exploration, pace, yeah, whatever.
But, like, after the Challenger, they're funding significant, as it should, because they knew, they discredited the engineers and stuff that were like, hey, we made this product, it's not going to work, and they still sent them up, which is really sad for their families and all those little kids that were watching. So I can see how people were
That was terrible. I watched that.
Because it was really sad. And I did the research for that one, too, and it was really sad. It was really sad listening to some of their wives and stuff and their kids, so. I don't know. He does have some points. Casing was an out there dude. He was a little bit of a tinfoil hat person, and he rode that wave all the way till his death in 2005. But in 2001, 20% of Americans believed the moon landing was a hoax. Because I forget his name, the male actor from X-Files. What's his name?
God.
He released
Mulder. That's all I can tell you.
Yes. Well, he released in 2001 a documentary that kind of questions some stuff about the moon landing. And people at NASA are actually getting a lot of phone calls. And they're like, when my kid asks about this, or my family asks about this, what do I tell them? Like, did we go to the moon? So the number jumped up. 20% of all Americans in 2001 believe we did not go to the moon because of this documentary. Because people were really into X-Files around that time, which is a good show. I used to watch reruns of it when I was a kid.
I love X-Files. I remember seeing the movie in theaters.
It's good. Okay, so last theory, and we'll wrap this up. This has been fun and all over the place, but I don't want to be too late. It's a doozy. It's from Reddit, and it was more of a political, what do you call it on Reddit when it's the little, it's not the main one. Is it the sub? Is it a sub one?
Okay, so like a subreddit is
I'm very challenged on Reddit. I'm still new to it.
So Reddit is the whole page, and then if you have like a group that's like space, like if it says r dash and then the name, that's a subreddit.
It was a conspiracy theory group that I found, and then I was in. They were talking about the moon landing.
So it was just a post.
And then somebody put a link to something else, and it sent me to like a political forum.
I mean, I don't know what that would. That's just a whole other post.
I went through every comment and every link. Okay, Russia and China.
Of course.
Specifically.
Of course. Of course.
No, the moon landing was faked, and this is why our country sends money to them. And
it could be that we owe them billions of dollars.
And it's hush money.
It could be that we just owe them billions of dollars, or it could just be hush money.
America is spending all our money because we faked this and we're too far in deep, and now we have to pay Russia and China to not speak out about it, and this is why we send them tons of money. And this is why we're in a debt. Why we're in trillions of dollars of debt.
I mean, it could be because of trickle-down economics, or it could be because of we're in this so deep that we have to pay hush money.
Yeah, but
the world may never know.
I had to end on that one because
that is.
I read a bunch of other ones. We would be here for like 10 hours if I read every single one. Like
I like that one.
I told Crystal one about a lady that thinks that we're all brainwashed. Nothing's happened.
That's my favorite.
We do not have the Great Pyramids. We never went to the moon.
The pyramid one is my favorite because it means if I go see the pyramids, I'm gonna get brainwashed while I'm there to pretend the pyramids were actually there, but they're really not. And then I'm gonna come back and tell everybody that I saw.
She was very much a lizardman person. She thinks our government is run by aliens that came down. They're now lizardmen that wear suits, and that they tell us that stuff happened, but it didn't really happen. So how could the moon happen? And I don't know, to have fear to pay means there's proof out there. Maybe. I mean, maybe we're not paying them to say it was faked. Maybe we're paying for them not to say what we found. Because they also went up there. They also had their own missions. And maybe that's why we haven't gone back since 1972. We found something that spooked us.
Or the aliens said, don't come back.
That was
There's a doc. Okay, look, I'll be honest. I'm gonna talk about Doctor Who again. One of my favorite Doctor Who episodes is when they go to the moon and you find out that the moon is actually an egg, and there's something that's hatching inside of the egg, and it's trying to get out. And Clara had to basically ask everybody on the planet. You had to decide if you should kill the creature before it hatches to save the moon, or since it's a living creature, if we even have the right to kill it, and we should just let it hatch. And they had to ask, and the world decided to kill the creature. But Clara said she couldn't do it. She's not at the Capaldi era yet, and this is very big spoilers. But
I'm slowly. I'm watching so many shows that you guys have suggested. I have to take weeks where I'm like, I have to watch this show, and then the next week I bounce back.
I'm rewatching, and I'm getting to very close to the end of Capaldi era. But
I'm on the end of season 2, I might have gotten to season 3.
What has happened? What's happened? What's the last thing you remember?
It's switched doctors again, so I think I am on the...
Wait. So you're David Tennant, or...
Yes, I think so.
You haven't got to Matt Smith yet. The skinny white guy with blondish hair.
No, he doesn't have blonde hair.
Okay, so you're still on David Tennant.
Okay, so probably.
So you only switched doctors once. This is your second doctor, and you're at the end of season 2, so...
Yes. Yeah, I think it's only switched one doctor.
Has Rose left yet?
Yes.
She went through the little portal?
Yes, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because they... Okay. Honestly, can't remember the last episode. The last thing that I remember is they went to the planet and it sent them up to a secret room in an elevator. And it had this monster in the ceiling that was controlling them.
Okay, so never mind. You're not. I'm giving you more spoilers. You haven't. Oh God.
I've watched more episodes after that. It's just all I can remember now. It would come back to
you.
Me
Have you met Martha yet? At all? That will tell me where you are. Martha. She's a doctor.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think she came in on the last episode that I watched. There's a new. She has dark hair.
She's a black woman.
Yes.
Okay, so have you had the one episode with Donna, the lady who was getting married, and the giant spider?
No.
Okay, then you haven't met Martha.
I remember that name.
Okay.
She's a doctor. And
so
they have that extra guy with them, but he leaves.
No. I don't think you've...
They have that...
Hold on, are you watching it on my HBO? Is that where you're watching it?
I was watching it on something else too, because I think it logged me out of your.
Yeah, I logged.
I was gonna tell you that it locked me out.
Yes, because I didn't know who all was logged in it, and it had me in like 25 different things, and so I was like,
Zach,
let me.
I had Zach download some of them for me. I watched where so the dude, they were at Area 51 or whatever. I'm assuming that's what it was, and the dude got in the TARDIS with them. Not her boyfriend.
White guy?
Yes.
Okay, and they went to the giant spaceship?
Yes. And then
and you had to
he's not with them anymore. And then Rose is
because his brain exploded.
Yes. And then Rose is deciding if she wants to keep going with him or stay in one of the eras or something. That's like the last thing I remember.
Okay.
That's the last thing I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because she has this big long talk with him, and she says she's not sure if she wants to go back to her time period.
Okay, then no, I kind of gave you a spoiler.
That's
and
fine.
Spoilers is the whole little term. Spoilers is something you're gonna find out about too, which is so exciting because you haven't met River Song, my absolute favorite. I'm sorry, I don't know about you, Jesse, but I love David Tennant as the Doctor. He's definitely my favorite Doctor, but Matt Smith and then the whole Amy and Rory and River Song era, it's my favorite. It is my favorite.
You'll have to.
Capaldi is good. Don't get me wrong. He's a great doctor. He's like a very angry doctor.
I mean, I already know some spoilers because it's an older show and I've seen stuff on like.
Well, yeah, but there's
social media.
But there's like different things that like when you experience Rose leaving, and when you experience Martha, and then you experience the heartbreak of Donna, and then when you lose David, and when you lose Matt, and oh god, it's just heartbreaking.
I'll have to watch it.
There's a guy on TikTok that's watching them all for the first time. Oh my gosh. The last episode with River Song.
But I have to. I started watching some animes that Jesse recommended, and then I started watching Umbrella Academy.
There's so much.
And then I had to finish Stranger Things, so I will go back to Doctor Who. I do really like it. Everybody keeps recommending. And then Crystal was telling me about the show on Netflix about an old man that tries a bunch of psychedelics. Now I want to
Such a good show. It's like 4 episodes.
Now I want to watch that too, and I'm like, there's not enough hour because I only watch TV like when I'm going to sleep. Yeah, when I'm laying down to go to bed, I'll watch like maybe an hour of TV. I really don't watch that much TV. My ADHD won't let me sit and focus. And if I have something on when I'm working in my office,
it has to be something I've watched 8 million times.
I've already watched and I'm just listening to it. Like I'm rewatching Stranger Things, but like I know everything about it. But I do need to watch it because I really do like Doctor Who.
I think you will enjoy it.
I like how it's something different every episode.
No, you don't really like it. And I agree. I just started thinking about that episode again, the last episode with River Song. Oh, she's hands down my favorite character because she's just amazing. And this will be a spoiler, but everything about River Song and her interacting with the Doctor is out of order. Like, they never meet at the same time. Like, basically, while he is progressing forward in their relationship, when he meets her for the first time, that's the last time he ever meets her.
Oh, that's really sad.
So that makes, it's very devastating, but it's good.
Well, that's all that I have. This has been really extremely long, and it was really good because we got to talk to you guys. It was all over the place.
I had fun.
But we'll end how we normally do. Take care of yourself.
I'm getting attacked by a cat.
You have a cat. She slept the entire time, so now she's ready to go.
Now she's ready to play.
But take care of yourself this week.
Drink some water. Take your meds.
Take your meds. Make sure you eat at least one meal. You should be eating more, but at least eat one. Go easy on yourself. It's been kind of rough lately. You're doing your best. Life's been crazy. Watch an Adam Sandler movie. Looking at Crystal. But yeah, just take it easy on yourself. And we appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. This was fun. I've gotten some ideas on future episodes, I think.
Yeah, I did too. I'm going to go put everything that I wrote in my Google. Oh my God, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Have you seen the little spoilers that they've been putting out on TikTok? People have been like filming behind the scenes, and there was one that was David Tennant coming out of the TARDIS and being all like excited and looking around and running off, and I wanted to scream.
Ooh, that's cool. But yeah, thanks you guys for coming and hanging out with us. We don't have Crystal's episode yet for next month's Twitch stream. We already have a date for it.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you. Hold on.
August 14th, I think. We're planning it around because I will be going home to Florida for a little bit.
When do you leave?
Yes, it's 14th. 16th. So yeah, it's the 14th. So it'll be August 14th, same time, 8 p.m. Central. We just don't know the topic yet. She's wanting to do science, like she said. She could possibly do Stargate. Maybe if she has the time to research it. That would be a lot of researching.
You could. And I could give me a chance to talk about Stargate, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out, and we'll see you guys next month.
Bye.